What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? And welcome back to Casual TV3. All right, so today we are talking about a story between a Miami police officer and a lieutenant caught on camera. Now, I don't know the entire story of this, and listen, I am not a big fan of police officers, but I am a person who can respect their jobs. I respect their jobs. I understand that their job puts them in danger every single day. It puts them in danger every single day. And I mean, it's a very strenuous job. I wouldn't want to change places with them ever in life. So what we're going to do is I'm going to roll this film. We're going to check out this video, and then I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit about it.
Getting into it with each other on a Miami street. Let's roll the tape and I'll give you a little background. The uniformed officer has pursued this man for a few blocks, and according to the officer, he was speeding and blew right past him, put lights on, he still wouldn't stop. Well, that's when he pursued him, and they went a couple of blocks. He pulls him over, and watch it look like any other ordinary stop for the most part. The uniformed officer pulling the car over, and that's when things get hairy. The officer asks the man for his driver's license, proof of insurance. The man in the car then pulls the door open and appears to lunge at the officer, who then does what you think anyone would do in his position, tries to subdue the man, and within seconds you see several officers are on the scene, all trying to separate the two men. Now, here's the problem. The driver of the Chevy that was pulled over, one of the officers owned, a lieutenant in the Internal Affairs Unit. His name is David Ramrez. He's a veteran of more than a couple of decades. The officer is Marcel Jackson. Now, here's another issue. The video that you're watching right here did not come from a city police camera on a dashboard. The department doesn't have a dashboard camera. This came from Officer Jackson's personal GoPro camera. Now, why he had it is still unknown, but once Jackson realized the lieutenant was pulling rank on the scene, he allegedly put the camera between the seats, but kept rolling the audio, which gives investigators now a pretty good idea of what went down. Now, one of those who was on scene immediately was the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lieutenant Javier Ortiz. I spoke with him a little while ago.
Time will tell how this is going to play out. I believe.
All right, so let me just pause it right there. So pretty much police officers chased a lieutenant. Now, I don't know if they understood that this guy was a lieutenant. They might have known, but apparently they caught him speeding. And the one officer that you saw there handling the lieutenant wasn't the only officer on the scene. There's several other officers who are on that scene at the same time. Now, I don't know if the amount of force that was used was necessary, and I say that with all cases. I never believe that these officers need to go to the amount of force that they do, but it was done. Now, I've seen several times where this has happened to ordinary civilians and nothing has happened. The officer is maybe suspended. Sometimes they're not even suspended. So I don't understand why and I mean, this wasn't something that was just incredibly brutal. Like I say, I'm not a fan of cops, but I try to see both sides of the situation. I try to see both sides of it, and I do understand their jobs. But what was strange, and what is the most peculiar situation out of this all, is the fact that he had a GoPro and he decided to put it up and record what happened. It's almost as if he knew something was about to go down with this lieutenant. He can't. It's like he went into it with malicious intent almost. He said, "Okay, this is about to go down. I'm gonna record this." So I don't really know whose side to take. I can't really make out what's being said between the officer and the lieutenant. All I know is that bam, bada boom, and the dude is on the ground. He's grabbing him by the neck and tossing him on the ground. Let's watch that one more time, shall we? Where is it? Huh?
Stop for the most part. The uniformed officer pulling the car over, and that's when things get hairy. The officer asks the man for his driver's license, proof of insurance. The man in the car then pulls the door open and appears to lunge at the officer, who then does what you think anyone would do in his position.
Right there. The guy in the car is wrong. You're never, if a police officer ask you for your information, you're supposed to provide them with your information. You're never supposed to get out of your car like that at a police officer, especially not opening your door and flinging it. So yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I was right about that. Well, I was wrong about that because the dude in the car is wrong. He's not supposed to open his door at a police officer. I don't care if you are a lieutenant. Those are just the rules. That's just something that I've learned.
Subdue the man, and within seconds you see several officers are on the scene, all trying to separate the two men. Now, here's the problem.
And see, he didn't really, like, once he had him on the ground, it's not like he started punching him or anything like that. He's just trying to cuff him at that point.
His name is David
And then there's
Ramrez.
all the other
He's
officers.
a veteran of
So
more than
yeah, I guess I have to side with the police officer in this situation. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this. Yeah, this video is fucking 6 minutes long. Has nothing to do with music. I just felt like doing this review. Peace.